What happens if nothing changes? Not what happens if everything falls apart. Not what happens if you fail. Not what happens if some major crisis shows up. What happens if life continues exactly as it is right now? The same exhaustion, if you're still carrying the same quiet tension, the same mental load, the same feeling that you're always holding everything together. A year from now, who will you be if nothing changes? I think many women spend years waiting for things to get better. But what if that season never shows up or never actually arrives on its own? What if nothing changes unless something changes? One of the biggest misconceptions around stress is that we think we'll know when we're overwhelmed. But many women don't look particularly overwhelmed. They look successful. They look responsible, capable, reliable. They go to work, take care of their family. They pay the bills, show up for everyone else. And from the outside, they seem fine. But really underneath, they're carrying a whole lot of tension. They're always anticipating, they're always planning, always preparing for the next thing. They never fully relax. Their mind never fully settles. And if you've been living this way for years, it starts to feel normal. You forget what calm feels like. Not because you don't want it, but because you have adapted to surviving. The problem with living in survival mode isn't what happens today. It's what happens over time. The tension, the exhaustion deepens. You become less patient, less present, less connected to yourself. Things that once brought you joy start to feel like obligations. You stop asking yourself what you need. You become incredibly skilled at functioning while disconnected from yourself. And with time, you'll find yourself wondering, why don't I feel happy? Why can't I relax? You start to ask yourself, why do I feel stuck even though my life looks okay on paper? Because your body has been carrying a load that was never meant to be carried indefinitely. I want to ask you something, and I really want you to take a moment and think about it. If nothing changes, if you continue carrying the same invisible tension you're carrying today, if you continue to put yourself last, if you continue living in a state of internal bracing, what will life look like 1 year from now? Not 5 years, not 10 years, 1 year. And here's my question for you. What is one thing you're tired of carrying? So what will your life look like 1 year from now? Not 5 years from now, not 10 years from now, 1 year from now. And here's my question for you. What's one thing you're tired of carrying? Leave it down in the comments. Maybe it is anxiety. Maybe it is overthinking. Maybe it's constantly feeling responsible for everyone else. I'd love to hear from you because I think there are so many women who will realize that they're not alone. I know this topic personally. There was a time in my life when stress wasn't just affecting how I felt. It really did affect my health, my sleep, my body. I looked functional on the outside, but internally, I wasn't thriving. I was surviving. And, I realized that waiting wasn't helping. Waiting for life to calm down, waiting for circumstances to change, waiting for someone else to come rescue me. None of that was creating steadiness that I needed. I had to learn how to create steadiness for myself. Not perfectly, it didn't, happen overnight, but gradually. And that journey really became the foundation for the work I do today. We often focus on what might happen if nothing changes. But there is a different question that I believe is worth asking. Who could you become if things did change? What if you woke up feeling calmer? What if you trusted yourself more? What if you weren't carrying so much tension every day? What if you could experience life without constantly bracing for the next thing? What if you felt more present, more grounded, more connected to yourself? That's the work I care about, not about fixing you, because I don't believe you're broken. I believe many women have simply spent too long adapting to stress. And now they're ready for something different. They're ready to move from survival mode to steadiness. So if this video resonated with you, I'd like to invite you to take the next step. On June 25th, I'm hosting a free workshop called From Bracing to Steadiness. It's designed for women who look like they're coping on the outside, but don't feel like themselves anymore underneath. We'll talk about the hidden signs of chronic bracing, what you may still be experiencing internally that cause you to feel stuck even after life has stabilized, the cost of staying in survival mode for too long, and the first steps toward creating a steadier way of living. And if you'd like to join me, you'll find the registration link in the description below. And if you'd like to learn more about the work I do, you can visit my website. I'll include the link below as well. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you're tired of carrying? Leave it down in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe, and share it with women who may need to hear this message. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.